Actions in Lectora can be used to create interesting titles that are interactive and dynamic. Actions can be applied to almost anything in a course, but there are three main types of actions you can use. The first type of action can happen at an organizational level, like a page, chapter, or test. An action can also interact with an object such as a text block, button, or image. Lastly, an action can trigger communication with a learning management system or learning record system. However, you'll first want to select your title as AICC or SCORM compliant in the title options. To add a structural action, select the page, chapter, or test. Then select Action from the Add Navigation and Interaction group on the Insert menu, or select Control 4 on your keyboard. The action properties will appear. From here, you can rename the action. If multiple actions will be added, you can arrange the order in which they fire from the action group. You'll then select the appropriate option from the three parts that make up an action: trigger, action, and target. The trigger part of an action is what happens when you interact with an object that the action is placed on. Depending on what you have selected, you'll see multiple options, including the ones listed on the screen. Select the trigger option that best matches your needs. You can also add a delay to actions by adjusting the delay timer to the appropriate time in seconds, such as adjusting the time for complex animations that have more than one action that need to be fired. The action is what should happen when the on trigger occurs. There are actions specifically related to navigation, objects, commands, documents, media, and variables. You can see a full list of actions on your screen. Select the action option that best matches your needs. The target is the particular item within the course affected by the action. There are targets specifically related to navigation, objects, commands, documents, media, and variables. Select the target that best matches your needs. Conditional actions are actions that will only execute when a logical variable statement has been achieved, like when a knowledge check question has been answered correctly. You can specify single or multiple conditions for an action. This enables you to execute the action only when the specified condition has been satisfied. To add a condition to your action, select Always from the Conditions group. This opens the Set Conditions window. Select the variable, relationship, and value by either using the drop-downs provided or entering in the necessary information. You can also specify chapter, section, page variables by selecting the corresponding option and selecting an option from the secondary drop-down. If more than one condition is necessary, be sure to select the drop-down and select if you want all of the following or any of the following conditions true before executing the action. Once a conditional action has been added, you can also enter in information that should happen if the condition is not satisfied. This is known as an else action. A common example of an else action is a sorry message. If you want to include multiple actions at once, you can also group them together in an action group. Action groups are a collection of actions that should be fired at the same time. You can activate the action group by selecting the Run Action Group option. To view detailed information about the actions defined in the current title, navigate to the View ribbon. From the Pane group, select the Action Pane option. From here, you'll see information on the action, as well as perform changes like reordering an action, adding an action, and deleting an action.